Hello everybody, welcome to the Bosho featuring Joshy the Voice playing Buried. Outside of the elevator, we step out into what appears to be a massive industrial area. The carnage waiting for us is unlike anything I'd seen in the upper levels.
Oh no, carnage.
Carnage Factory 24!
Oh, look at all this carnage. Look, there's some over there.
Oh, there's a fucking piece of carnage over there. You can see a little bit over there too, and there's a big carnage in the middle.
Big carnage.
Oh, fuck. The area looks industrial, like everything was built for utility only. But more noticeable than that is all of the blood. My god, I've never seen so much blood. Those creatures must have had a field day. Holy shit! Marcus says, looking like a man who just woke from a very bad dream. There were more personnel in this area when the experiment went haywire, Amy says, as if the explanation makes it all better. The research you all do down here had better be worth it, I say. We have to get moving or we're going to lose our nerve. Amy, let's focus. Barksdale is in the hangar, I ask. If he's alive, yes, that's where he'll be. Then let's hurry, I say. As far as I can tell, Dennis is doing much better, but I am beginning to grow tired of trying to keep my fear at bay. Yeah. Between the blood on the floor, the silence of level 3, and Amy's talk of lab rats, I'm getting freaked out. I feel like, Amy, you take the lead, because she knows where she's going, but it's also rude to make her go first.
Why? I mean, if we gave her the gun, it might be okay.
Because we've got the gun. So, like, if anything came at us, at least we could shoot it and probably die anyway. If she was in the front, it'll just fucking fuck her up. Like, shit.
But you might get a decent shot at it while it's fucking her up.
That's not very nice. Who's gonna lead us when she dies?
Marcus.
Marcus.
We hate him. Let's make Marcus lead. Is that an option?
I'll go first. Stay behind me. I'm doing it. We're the hero, Josh. We stepped between Dennis and Marcus.
We did. I remember that.
Yeah, we are heroic. The four of us start walking ahead with me in the lead. We stop walking when we come to the remains of what looks to be 3 different people. It is hard to tell how many bodies were there because they'd been torn to shreds and distorted. 2 of the bodies look as if they've been fused together. Another man looks to have his leg welded through the floor. I can see this man's face. He died in an abject state of horror, his mouth pried open in an internal scream.
Let's keep moving, I think. We don't want to freak out the other guys. Or rather, you don't want to, like, fuck around and then the alien robots come and chop your neck off and put it onto the body of a cat.
It's simply too much. Worse than that is the fear that we've just started our journey through level 3. If there is worse waiting up ahead, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Dennis steps up behind me, and when he speaks, his voice is soft and flat. What in the hell could do that to someone? He asks. The things I saw! They could do it pretty easily, I think. Amy looks pale, and I think that she may pass out at any moment. Tears spill from her eyes, and she is visibly shaking. But she soldiers on, looking back to me and stepping to the side of the gruesome carnage. Carnage! Her eyes again go to my rifle, and she doesn't look very hopeful. You good to go? She asks me. We need to move on, but for some reason I can't take my eyes off the scene. My mind is reeling, trying to process it all.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just keep
Look around for some more carnage. Oh, is there any more carnage in the area? Is there a small carnage that I haven't seen yet? Is it over there?
Is there a carnage?
Is there a carnage on the roof above us that I didn't notice? Fucking carnage. Yeah, let's go. We leave the grisly sight behind, moving into another equally destroyed area. From what I can tell, the next room was once an open area for experimentation. The place hasn't just been destroyed, it has been physically altered in a way that makes no sense. The griders... Oh, what is that word?
Girders.
The girders...
Girders. The griders.
The girders look to have been wrapped. Their very materials distorted and twisted. Fuck, I did it again. Josh...
Are you just, Jordan, are you dyslexic?
Like...
I think you might be.
A little bit.
I think you said griders and then wrapped. I think you're dyslexic. Bosho diagnosis.
The girders look to have been warped, their very materials distorted and twisted. To my right, a machine has been catapulted and looks to have somehow merged with the wall rather than crashing into it. Beyond these phenomena, there is a standard violence I was expecting to see. There is a limp arm sticking out from underneath the wreckage, and more blood. I see no signs of an explosion, which makes me wonder just how this happened. Seeing the aftermath is sickening enough, but it makes me wonder if Amy saw it while it was happening. She probably did.
Let's maybe ask about the girders, not the
What's
people.
A girder, Joshy?
It's like a long metal. You know, it's how do I explain it? It's like a long metal bar.
Okay. I'll let you make judgment because I don't know what they are. I only caught a glimpse of it, she says. It was like trying to focus your eye on something that was just too close. They just started twisting, but not creaking or breaking. It's like these creatures were able to deform matter. She pauses here, and that's when we hear something echo through the facility. It comes from behind us and slightly to the right. I'm not sure what it is, but it makes my blood feel like ice. It sounds almost like static from an AM radio, but there is a high-pitched noise beneath it that I can't even start to fathom. What the hell is that? I ask, instantly clamping my hand. Clapping? What the hell is that? I ask, instantly clapping my hands to my ears. One of them, Amy says, her voice is a whisper. One of the creatures. That's what they sound like? Dennis asks. I see that he's leaning against the wall, wincing at the noise. I suddenly realize that I have a death grip on the rifle, ready to shoot at the next thing I see.
What does anything between us and them mean?
I don't know.
Are we dumb? Is that what's happening here?
How far away do you think they are, as in, how far away do you think they are? Anything between us and them would be like, oh, are they in a different room? I think.
Yeah, or if there's like,
How far away do you think they are?
I agree. Click.
How far away you think they are? About 100 meters? Not far, she answers. Everyone seems to take this as a cue to start moving again. We make our way around the office wreckage, now with a new purpose in our step. We barely make it to the other side of the room, approaching a dark hallway, when another high-pitched noise sounds out. This one is louder, closer. We all share a terrified look, and I can tell that Amy is on the verge of losing it. I grip the rifle tightly as we head towards the hallway in front of us. Can you kill these things?
I agree. Let's do that.
I don't know, Amy says. Dennis speaks up. His voice is like ice. Then let's haul ass, huh? No one says anything after that, but I can feel the presence of terror around us, pressing in on us like in some new violent gravity.
Nice. Alright, continue.
This is a dark hallway with blood.
More
blood.
Carnage.
No, there's no carnage. We're in a hallway now.
Okay, it's not carnage.
The carnage is strictly limited to open areas. Josh?
Yes.
Good. The small utility hallway is well lit. It looks as if it was designed to only be used by select maintenance workers. What goes on in this area? I ask. I'm looking at Marcus as I ask the question, but he only shrugs in response. She might know, he replies, pointing to Amy.
Wow.
I've never been down here before. It's just a utility hallway, Amy says. But at the end there is a maintenance room. There should be a gun or two in there. It's also the most direct path to the hangar entrance. As we walk quickly and quietly down the hall, I take a glimpse ahead and feel the hair on the back of my neck stand on end. The lights become more sparsely spaced, and it's impossible to see just how far the hall extends into the darkness. This hallway has the occasional trace of bloodshed, but nothing like the main area carnage we've seen as we come from. Carnage. We continue farther down, and just as I begin to see what looks like a large metal door further ahead, I hear yet another shrill sound. This one sounds farther away, but no less demonic. How many of these things did you see? Dennis asks Amy. 3, but that's just what I saw. There could be more. What did it look like? Dennis asks.
Yeah, what are we dealing with? I want to know what they look like.
I'm keen. Dennis has got it for me.
Yep.
I don't even know how to explain them, she says. Monsters, that's the only word I can think of. My mind seems to struggle just trying to understand what I was seeing. They're big, and they seem to jerk around every few feet or so. They look like they're made of light, but that's about all I know for sure. You know, my ex-husband always said I'd let my work kill me, she continues, seemingly unable to stop herself. I mean, I doubt he imagined this exact scenario, but still.
She's a nerd. She doesn't know how to words.
As we make our way to the hangar doors, another high-pitched noise rings out, angrier now. Amy stops walking, causing all of us to stop and turn to her.
We have to do something to slow those things down, she says.
No!
Marcus snaps.
There's no time! We need to distance ourselves and get to the hangar fast!
Amy ignores him, deep in thought.
There's an old hydraulic door set into the wall right here. It hasn't been used for years, though.
She looks to me, pleading her case.
Together we might be able to pull it closed behind us to keep those things back.
Those old hydraulic doors weigh a ton,
Marcus says.
There's no way it'll work.
Roger,
Amy says.
What do you think? They'll have a harder time getting to us if these doors are locked.
Look,
Marcus shouts, turning to me.
We need to get to the hangar now.
I hate Marcus. Let's do what Amy said.
I also hate Marcus, but I considered the notion that those monsters can turn things into matter and would just be able to break it down with their brain.
But that would still take them at least a second or two.
Do you reckon? Should we just close it? I like Amy more than I like that idiot Marcus just because I gave him a stupid voice.
Yeah, let's stop and close the doors.
Sweet.
Let's stop and close the doors first.
Damn it, Marcus says. We don't have time for this. Amy ignores him and starts feeling along the wall for the groove. Dennis and I start looking as well. A minute passes, then we see a small metal frame that runs from the floor to the ceiling. Is that it? I ask.
Yes,
Amy says. I look to the floor and see an old metal track that runs along the frame. Let's move it, I say. Amy, Dennis, and I start pulling as hard as we can, but it barely budges an inch. Behind us, that static noise rings out again. My heart seems to stutter and Marcus lets out a little whine.
We're running out of time, we need to go.
Marcus screams.
Those things are getting closer every second!
Do you think... Should we do what Marcus says?
I want to be stubborn and tell Marcus to just fucking help us.
Alright, let's do it.
That way, when we do it, when it works out, we can look him in the eyes and say, you fucking cunt, you could have helped us the first time, couldn't you?
Yep, it's true. Let's do that one then.
Help us, Marcus!
It won't make a difference, he says.
Shut up and help us, and then we'll find a way out,
I shout. Reluctantly, Marcus walks over and grasps the door. We all groan as we strain to pull. It starts inching slowly, then begins to move steadily. Once we get it started, it slides easily. As we near the wall closing off the hallway behind us, I think I can see the merest glimpse of an odd illuminated shape in the darkness. It's cut off by the slight thump of the hydraulic door being pushed against the frame in the opposite wall. Amy turns the lock into place.
Great, now let's haul ass,
says Marcus. We all turn and get moving again, still feeling unsure about our prospects. The fact that yet another shrill noise sounds out elsewhere in the facility is not calming. And then there are two of them. It's almost like they're calling out to one another. The doors to the hangar sit up ahead like the entrance to some enormous labyrinth.
I found some carnage.
Labyrinth of lies. When we reach the hangar doors, I get a true sense of how impenetrable they are. A computer terminal is mounted on the wall nearby and has a blinking red light. Any idea of what this means? I ask.
It's an automated lock, a failsafe from the lockdown,
says Amy.
I've never been down here before,
Marcus says.
If I had known this door was here, I would have opened it earlier.
How?
Amy asks. The fear in her voice is more present than ever.
From the command center,
he says.
You need to override from there first, then use this terminal to open the hangar doors.
The command center is on the second floor, I ask.
Yeah?
Amy shakes her head and lets out a nervous laugh.
Are you kidding?
She asks.
We just pulled that hydraulic door and blocked off the hallway, remember?
Oh, fuck.
If we want to get into the hangar, we have to get back to the command center,
Marcus says.
There isn't another way.
Turning to Marcus, Amy replies,
Well, there is another elevator, but we'll need to go through the biochem storage.
I need to stay with Dennis so he can rest, I say. You two go. You know your way around this place. And you know the controls, Marcus.
Fine, but we'll need to be armed.
Oh, I don't like Marcus, but I feel like Amy might have a harder time using the gun because she's so freaked out.
That's true. But
Maybe we should
also, Amy was able to use her brain and close a hydraulic door behind us while Marcus was so busy going,
Hurry up, guys!
that...
Yeah, it's true. Alright, what do you reckon?
Give it to Amy because I hate Marcus. I hope he dies.
Yep, me too. Sweet, let's give it to Amy.
You gave Amy the gun. I hand Amy the rifle and she turns to go. Marcus gives me a concerned look but follows along behind her. Once Amy and Marcus make it to a good distance down the hallway, Dennis lets out a nervous laugh. And then there was two, he says. Dennis looks much better, but he still needs to use the wall to stay standing. Didn't Amy say that there were guns and emergency kits in the maintenance room near the hangar doors? I ask. Yeah, I think so, Dennis says, looking exhausted. I look ahead and see a door to the right that reads maintenance. Might as well give it a try. I go to the door, try to open it, and find that it's locked. We're going to push it with our shoulder because our leg is injured, if you recall from the very start of the game.
Nice braining.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
I give it a hard shove, but it doesn't budge. I'm about to try again, but that's when I hear a gunshot from just down the hallway. My first thought is that Amy and Marcus have come upon one of those things, one of the monsters. But I don't hear any of that strange static sound I've come to associate with them. Alarm bells go off in my head, and before I know it, I'm heading back down the hall, away from the hangar doors. Stay here, I'll be right back, I whisper over my shoulder to Dennis. See if you can figure out how to get into that maintenance room. Where are you going? He asks. I don't bother answering him as I bound through the door where Amy and Marcus went. I hope Amy killed Marcus. I mean, I shouldn't, because that means we're going to die, but...
But still, it's funny.
As I enter the biochem room and start walking between... As I enter the biochem room and start walking between the massive silos, I wonder what classified chemicals could be inside of them. I am fully expecting one of Amy's creatures to come flying out from the intersection of halls up ahead. I think I overhear a voice, a woman's voice. It's Amy.
Stop! Let go of the gun!
I run ahead so fast that I almost trip over two people in a life or death struggle. My mind tries to process what I am seeing, but it makes no sense. None at all. Marcus is wrestling with Amy, trying to take her gun away. When this doesn't work, he throws her to the ground and starts choking her. Her face is turning purple and her eyes look like they might pop over her head. Marcus sees me coming out of the hallway but acts as if what he is doing is perfectly normal.
Stop him.
Yeah, stop him. It's not asking.
Stop.
I'll kill this cunt.
Yeah, me too.
Welcome the kitten. Barry is here.
Yes.
I start rushing towards him before I really know what I'm doing. I bring my fist down in a hard arc across the bridge of his nose, and I am rewarded with a sick cracking sound. He cries out as he falls to the ground, looking at me as if he doesn't understand why I'm punching him. On the floor, Amy clutches her neck and gasps for breath. I start to fear that I was a moment too late, as I see that the rifle has been thrown across the floor. Marcus seems to notice this at the exact same moment I do.
We'll just hit him.
Like, maybe. Do you reckon?
Because if he's going to go for the gun and you're going to go for the gun, just hit him. That way he's unconscious, then we can just take the gun. Let's hit him.
Alright.
Hit Marcus.
I deliver a surprisingly strong blow with my right hand, clipping his chin from my awkward position. I'm in the process of planting a knee in his chest to hold him down when his left foot comes out of nowhere, landing hard. The kick catches me squarely in the ribs, knocking the breath out of me.
What the hell are you doing?
He yells at me.
By killing her, I'm saving us. All of this was her fault.
See, he's a fucking cunt. I sense that he truly believes this. But if that's the case, then why not just attack her when we were all together? The answer is simple. We might have stopped him. He wanted to kill her in private. And then what? Would he have done the same to Dennis and me? It seems fitting, really. When we first came upon Marcus, he had held a gun on us. I'd been so relieved to see another human being that I had underestimated just how unhinged he was. Marcus and I both dive for the rifle, still lying on the floor, and start wrestling for possession. But I'm not confident I'll come away with it. As we struggle, he starts inching the muzzle of the gun towards my face, a position I do not want to be in. I start pushing back hard, but if this thing accidentally fires, I'm not sure where I'd prefer the bullet to go, especially in this room full of chemical tanks.
Force the muzzle towards Marcus. Let's. I'm so keen.
Do you reckon?
Am I a monster?
I hope Amy doesn't accidentally get shot.
Me too. Which do you reckon? Because I don't.
Towards Marcus. That you'd rather not kill us all, I guess.
Cool.
I grunt as I push the muzzle towards his face. Realizing he is literally looking down the barrel of the gun, Marcus ducks his head out of the way. This makes him lose leverage, allowing me to yank the gun from his grip. I get to my feet as quickly as I can, swinging the rifle back around on him. For a moment, I think I've knocked him out, but his eyes flutter and he looks at me as if... For a moment, I think I've knocked him out, but his eyes flutter and he looks at me as if I've betrayed him.
Her people, he says. It was them that did this. She deserves to die. She did this.
I look to Amy and wish I could help her. I'm relieved to see that she is managing to draw in a few breaths. Her legs move as she tries to push herself into a sitting position.
You wouldn't know,
Marcus says.
You didn't work here under their secrecy. You don't know what it was like to...
He surprises me by lunging towards me, leaping from the floor like a human projectile. I don't have time to aim carefully, I have to react fast.
Let's dodge. I don't want to shoot a tank or Amy. But you really want to...
I just want to shoot the cunt, but then also, he's the one who has the codes, man.
Yeah, moreover, he's the only one who knows how to use the computers. Moreover, he's a logger, he's not a soldier, he doesn't know how to shoot a gun. Although he is from Kentucky. I already clicked it.
His aim is poor and his strength is failing, so I dodge him easily. I don't want to have a gunshot go off and alert those creatures to where we are. I make a hard jab of the butt of the rifle, striking him in his chest. Something crunches as he lets out a whoosh of air. He crumples for a moment and then goes to his knees. He roars in pain on the floor. Only after a few moments I realize that they are not purely screams of pain. The bastard is calling for them, calling for those creatures to come to us.
This place is evil, along with everyone involved!
He wails from the floor.
If you are taking her side, then you deserve to die too. If you want to stop me, you'd better do it now, you coward.
The rage in his eyes at Amy, as well as towards me for stopping him, makes me think that he'll deliver on his threat. I raise the rifle again, every urge in my body wanting to make sure he doesn't come back to bite us. But I'm not a violent man. I could easily not kill him and just leave him behind.
Oh, this is what we've wanted the whole time, Geordie.
But now we're gonna die when the monsters come and get us. If we leave him screaming, maybe they'll just like kill him and not notice us.
I mean, that'd be nice. In fact, that'd be very nice. Yeah, I feel like this is the time for us to be the better man, but I don't want him to fuck things up for us.
Same. Let's just let him live, eh?
Alright.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I click.
Just like when I could barely shoot earlier as he was coming at me, I can't bring myself to deliver a kill shot. I ignore him and lean down to Amy. You okay? I ask. She nods slowly.
Have to go,
she says. Her voice is raspy.
They'll be here any minute. Too much noise.
I have to hold her arm so she can get to her feet. We start forward and then I think of Dennis. We should go back to the hangar doors, I say. I can't just leave Dennis there.
There's no time,
Amy says.
You need to come with me to the command center now. We'll be back for him soon.
You're all dead now anyway.
Marcus shrieks.
If they don't get you, I will.
He laughs maniacally after saying this, hooting like a madman.
What is wrong with this guy?
He's been living in an underground bunker for 3 years. and no one liked him.
Yeah.
As if in my response, a high-pitched noise tears through the hallway. I seem to feel it in my bones.
They're following his noise now,
Amy says, her voice still weak. She takes off away from Marcus, presumably towards the other elevator she had mentioned moments ago. I follow her. As we move out, I hear Marcus slowly push himself off the ground and stumble off, slipping in between the tanks and disappearing. We start running, and after the first few strides, another noise sounds out. It sounds mechanical, but at the same time, it also reminds me of the recordings I heard of whale songs. A sound of metallic creaking and crashing echoes through the door I came in through.
They've reached the hydraulic door we pulled,
Amy says, confirming what I'm thinking. The sound grows louder as it's clear they're struggling with it, which is good. We have a bit more time. I speed up my step to follow Amy as she leads the way to the other elevator. She's panting furiously but pushes on. I can hear something rattling in her breath, like the result of Marcus's attack. This makes me imagine how his cold, uncaring eyes must have looked, staring down at her as he tried to deliver her to her death. How she is still forging on is beyond me. I'm sorry about Marcus, I say.
It's not your fault,
she interrupts.
At least you handed me the gun. I just hope we can find a way to survive this mess.
Don't worry, we'll be fine. Typical Roger.
Imagine if we gave the idiot the gun. Yeah, don't worry, we'll be fine. Typical Roger. I concur.
Yeah, but yeah, if we gave Marcus the gun, she'd be fucked.
Yeah, man.
I'm not so sure,
she says, her eyes fixed straight ahead. I'm not sure I can blame her. I had just wanted to say something encouraging, I guess. We finally come to the elevator at the end of a row of silos. The elevator doors slide open slowly. At that moment, we hear something behind us, a strangled sort of whistling sound. We step inside and turn to face the biochem room, thankful we've been given a few moments to spare. The elevator doors remain open for 3 seconds before they start to slide closed again. In those 3 seconds, I see a large shape floating towards us. A phosphorescent? Thank you. I got that right. Fuck, I'm lit.
You did.
A phosphorescent-like white glow outlines an impossible shape. Behind it, I see another shape that also entered the biochem room, and another. The third one breaks away from the other two, taking a quick right. It moves with eerie speed. That is the direction Marcus had gone. Honestly, the thought of them hunting him down doesn't bother me in the slightest. Amy is pressing the button to close the elevator doors over and over, but they stay open for what seems like an eternity. I curse whoever designed those damned doors. Damn doors.
I suppose if we stand in the doorway, we're still not really drawing attention to ourselves. We're just kind of getting ready in case they come.
Should we hide inside the elevator?
Oh, is that one of those big elevators?
I don't know. Let's hide.
Alright, let's do it. Hide inside the elevator, click.
Amy and I slide ourselves up against the sides of the elevator, trying to avoid being seen. But I can't help but peeking around the corner. I hold the rifle steady, ready to fire. That's when I see them in clear light for the first time. I can see their features, their shape and their colors, but my mind can't quite process it all. Nothing about them makes any sense. My eyes try to see a squid, but that's not what these things are. They are grey and white and seem to be nothing more than squirming light. Their appendages are neither legs nor tentacles, but somewhere in between them. They don't walk on these appendages, but use them to glide. They move like ghosts and seem to jerk every few feet or so, but I'm pretty sure that this jerking effect is not a result of their moving, but my mind's inability to understand how they are moving exactly. It's also more than their appearance that makes a mockery of reality. The light around them seems to bend inward as if the space within the room has to reshape itself for their existence. That peculiar effect in the air makes their movements seem like they're moving underwater, only faster. They screech in unison as they rush towards the elevator. They'll be inside here in another few seconds. I check the rifle and see that my ammo is diminishing. I have to start saving my shots. I'm gonna have to be choosy.
Oh fuck.
Don't shoot, save ammo? I reckon.
Yeah, I don't even know if the gun will work, to be honest.
Yeah, and also, yeah. Hopefully the doors are closed in anyway.
Yeah. Have you clicked?
They keep advancing, even though even though I know the doors may not close in time. I manage to keep my cool and avoid firing off any more rounds. My finger itches to pull the trigger, but I resist it. I'm not even sure if a gun would affect them. Finally, the elevator door closes. The creatures wash against the other side of the door, making an electrical noise and crying out in anger. The tips of their spider-like appendages poke through the wall and elevator door, but for some reason they can't get all the way through the wall. Amy screams at this and curls into a ball in the far corner of the elevator, crying. I say nothing to her. I just cling to the rifle, hoping those creatures don't find Dennis as he waits in the hangar doors where I left him. For his sake and ours, we need to get them open now. End of chapter 3. Let's look at our statistics. Statistics. The Josh-tistics. This will have heaps of them, eh? There'll be fucking statistics city. Blunt truth, you and 59% of players told Dennis he'd probably be fine. Slow them down. Oh, only 35% sided with Amy.
No, we hate Marcus. I stand by that.
But then 69% of players gave her the gun.
Yep, because Marcus is shady as fuck.
58% of players let Marcus live.
I'm pretty sure that we let Marcus live because you made the point that they'll probably eat him instead of us.
Yeah. You and 68% of players conserved your bullets for later instead of shooting the creatures. True.
Yes. This is like Goosebumps meets Telltales.
This is like Telltales meets Goosebumps while HP Lovecraft is watching. Thank you for watching the Bosho. Hey, Joshy. Can I do the outro this time?
Yeah, man. I would love for that to happen.
Hey, thank you for watching. Tune in next time when me and Josh collectively fight an octopus with our collective 8 limbs, because an octopus has 8 limbs, to see who is stronger. Thank you for watching.
Well done, man. That was good.
Oh, thank you.
That was very good. You struggled at the start and then you were like, octopus, go.
Joshy is only a voice because when he was young, he got diagnosed with imaginary body syndrome.